Hi, my name is Glenn Bady, U.S. Life Master. In this video, I will show you a game that I played against Grandmaster Alonso Zapata at the Chicago Open, round 1. Time control, 40 moves 2 hours, 20 moves 30 minutes, and finally sudden death 1 hour. Zapata played a Sicilian Taimanov against me. The Taimanov has the reputation of being a safe Sicilian because of black's pawn structure. Did the Grandmaster put me in a vice grip and squeeze until I submit? Let's see. Is this the safest Sicilian that Taimanov? Black's idea is to stop White's knight from banging onto the d5 as in the other Sicilians. Also, Black may develop his dark square bishop to the excellent diagonal a3 f8. During the game, I wasn't sure what was the best setup against the Taimanov, so I played a safe move just to develop my bishop and get my king out of the center. Bishop to e3. Now this is a major setup against the Taimanov, the English attack. Let's have a look at some games with bishop to e3. Getting ready to 000. Bishop to b4 is the most aggressive line. Let's look at bishop to e7. I think that this move is more reliable than the bishop to b4 move. Bishop to e7, f3. Black is trying to control the f4 square, and White counters. Bishop to c5, and White must resign. Black is just winning in this position. Let's go back to the bishop to b4 line instead of bishop to e7. f3, of course, guarding e4. Castle. Black can also play knight to e5, b5, queen to e1, with the idea of knight takes b5, and if bishop takes e1, knight x c7 check. Therefore, rook to b8. Now if knight x b5, the rook can x on b5, and the bishop on b4 is defended. So let's look at bishop to e7 instead of rook to b8. Let's have a look at this. f4, e5. And White is winning because of e6 is hanging. Excuse me. And we have e6 hanging, and plus we have the knight on h4 hanging, and the bishop on d8. Okay, let's go back to bishop to b4. Let's go back to rook to b8. Okay, instead of the bishop to e7. So okay, rook to b8. Okay, queen to g3. Now the knight on e5 is pinned. Maybe black shouldn't have pushed b4 because the pawns become weak. Okay, but anyway, he played b4 in this game. And black must resign because the queen side pawns will fall. Okay, let's go back. And instead of knight to e5 by black, let's look at castling, castle king side. Knight to g4. Well, g4 I should say. Let's look at king to b1 is also a knight there. Let's see king to b1, d5, capture. Hanging pawns. If white can attack these pawns immediately, they can become weak. And the rook is threatening to take e5. Knight to f6, of course, now the rook takes e5, bishop takes a2, check. Therefore, b3. And white wins. There are just too many arrows pointing at the black king. g7 is weak, f6 is weak, c7 is weak. The game is over and black resigned. Let's go back to g4. g4 instead of king to b1. b5, gaining counterplay. Now this is really a great move. Knight to f5. This move will cause black pain. Black have to accept. Knight to d5. White ditched the piece, but black king is under pressure. Knight to f6. This is just beautiful. The knight destroys black position. He cannot take. Knight takes. h7. King takes. Now the light square bishop will come into the game. Queen moving over to the king side for the kill. We have to guard f8. Check. You can't take because of rook over check. Rook to g1 check, followed by bishop to d4 check will win the game. Therefore, and you cannot stop bishop to h. Let's go back to our game. Okay, I played bishop to e2 against Zapata, and let's see how this game ended. Or a6, knight to f6. Knight takes c6. Let's see how black captures in this position. If he captures with the c pawn, it will be difficult to mobilize his central pawn majority when he plays d5. White will just protect his e pawn, and if black captures on e4, he will have two isolated pawns on the queen side. If black decides not to capture on e4, this will give white the option to advance his e pawn to e5, followed by f4, f5, attacking the black king on his king flank. If black decides to capture with his d pawn, white will control the critical diagonal G1 A7 by playing bishop to E3. This is a huge diagonal in the Taimanov. So I play knight takes C6 with that in mind, and Grandmaster Zapata captured with his D pawn. Okay, bishop to E3, of course, controlling the G1 A7 diagonal. E5, stopping F4. F3. And now I'm going to control the G1 A7 diagonal, which is very important in this position. Okay, bishop to E7, queen B5. Now B5, I'm not so sure about B5. I guess it's good, but I was thinking he was going to play a move like C5. But then again, if he played a move like C5, he would have to relinquish the D5 square. So B5 isn't a bad move. Of course, it's not bad. After D1, castle, bishop to B6. Maybe black should trade off bishops and place his queen on A7 with bishop takes C5, queen takes C5, queen to A7, forcing the trade of queens. Although I think that white will still have a slight advantage in that position because I can play moves like rook to D6 attacking C6. Nevertheless, Zapata played rook to E8, A3, controlling the B4 square, of course. And this is the variation that is very tricky that I went into. The queen is strong on B6 because it is tying down the A rook, and if he trade with queen to A7, I can always follow up by queen takes, rook takes, and rook to D6. Therefore, Zapata is going to sack a pawn for play. This is a good move. I think that's a very good move. Queen takes C6 and queen to A7 check. A nice idea by the Grandmaster. Controlling the important G1 A7 diagonal. I also have to make sure my queen doesn't get trapped down there because the queen doesn't have a retreat square. That's a check. I have to answer the check. Maybe I should play king to F1. I think is better than king to H1 anyway. This is a very nice move that I played. D6, he captured. Now I'm threatening a number of ideas. Okay, bang! Queen to E4, fork. Very nice. So now I'm a piece up, and I should win this game. But I made a mistake. I should just play G3, bishop to H3, and he's in big trouble. But I played this bad move. And now I allow a move like E4, and now it becomes unclear. And then I played this another bad move, rook to C8, because I missed queen to E7. And at this point, Zapata asked me for a draw, which I accepted. Even though now I think that white had chances to win. I lost the thread of this game when I got an overwhelming position. These things happen. Thanks for watching. Good luck. Good chess. Cheers.